Krishna.
Welcome to another episode of Bhagavatam Bites, and should we give a shout out to Anu?
Well, you just did.
Oh, okay. So shout out to Anu if you're watching. She is a latest subscriber or member or follower or person who's watching. So we hope you enjoyed this one. She was complimenting Bhava Bhakti's sense of humor.
Ah.
Which I still don't get.
No, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yes.
That right there.
Right there. That's okay. So where are we?
We're just drinking our ginger tea.
It's still cold in this city. I'm trying to keep warm.
Alright, it's Canto 4, Chapter 28, Text 52.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
What?
Nothing.
The Brahmana inquired as follows: Who are you? Whose daughter are you?
Whose wife?
Oh, whose wife or daughter are you? Who is the man lying here? It appears you are lamenting for this dead body. Don't you recognize me? I am your eternal friend. You may remember that many times in the past you have consulted me. Purport. When a person's relative dies, renunciation is automatically visible. Consultation with the Supersoul seated within everyone's heart is possible only when one is completely free from the contamination of material attachment. One who is sincere and pure gets an opportunity to consult with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his Paramatma feature sitting within everyone's heart. The Paramatma is always the Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within, and he comes before one externally as the instructor and initiator spiritual master. The Lord can reside within the heart, and he can also come out before a person and give him instructions. Thus, the spiritual master is not different from the Supersoul sitting within the heart. Wow. An uncontaminated soul or living entity can get a chance to meet the Paramatma face to face. Just as one gets a chance to consult with the Paramatma within his heart, one also gets a chance to see him actually situated before him. Then one can take instructions from the Supersoul directly. This is the duty of the pure devotee, to see the bona fide spiritual master and consult with the Supersoul within the heart. It's a very, very high position the spiritual master is put on. Prabhupada says, thus the spiritual master is not different from the Supersoul sitting within the heart. It's interesting because sometimes devotees, they're like, oh, does my guru know this? Does he know that? You know, I don't see, especially ladies, they say like that and all that. But actually, no, because the men go up to the gurus more and hug them and talk to them and that. Some ladies do as well, but you know. But it's interesting that, anyway, definitely what I've experienced in my guru is like.
Okay, so we got cut off there. You may not notice it because our amazing editor just put it back together, but our iPhone storage is slowly deteriorating. I guess that's what happens when you've got a 3-year-old phone, almost 4.
And my main services for Bhakti Center and Manchester gives a social media. So, what to do?
Okay, do you remember what you were saying?
Yeah, I finished saying it anyway, just the guru.
The guru. Yeah, so the Paramatma is always Chaitya Guru. Yeah, it's very, it's a very intense position, and I guess, like, we understand there can be a Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. The reason you would want an Uttama Adhikari as a spiritual master is because then he is definitely on the platform of being connected with and linked with Krishna, whereas hypothetically a Kanishta spiritual master, which you could have an instructing spiritual master who's clearly a Kanishta devotee and still takes you to a certain level, and a Madhyama, but as Prabhupada says in Nectar of Instruction, you can't, you should search out one who is on the highest platform, because someone who's on a lower platform, they can only take you so far. So, yeah, it's very, very interesting, and yeah, it sort of brings up the kind of thought of like the importance of actually going the distance, because the spiritual master has disciples, but they're meant to become spiritual teachers themselves in the future. So it means that all of us should actually, and according to Lord Chaitanya, that everyone should become a guru. So we should all follow in the footsteps and aspire to achieve a level of connectedness with Krishna, Chaitya Guru, within the heart. But that's certainly not an easy thing. And even if you do manage to achieve it, do you think you've achieved it? And if you think you've achieved it, are you kind of disqualified? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they say, if you think you're advanced, then you're probably not. So, anyway.
Or you think you're humble.
If you think you're humble, yeah. No, I'm definitely not humble. When the Brahmana asked the woman who the man lying on the floor was, she answered that he was her spiritual master. And she was perplexed about what to do in his absence. At such a time, the Supersoul immediately appears, provided the devotee is purified in heart by following the directions of the spiritual master. A sincere devotee who follows the instructions of the spiritual master certainly gets direct instructions from his heart, from the Supersoul. Thus, a sincere devotee is always helped, directly or indirectly, by the spiritual master and the Supersoul. This is confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. If the devotee serves his spiritual master sincerely, Krishna automatically becomes pleased. Yasha Prasade Bhagavat Prasada. By satisfying the spiritual master, one automatically satisfies Krishna. Thus, the devotee becomes enriched by both the spiritual master and Krishna. The Supersoul is eternally the friend of the living entity and always remains with him. The Supersoul has always been ready to help the living entity, even before the creation of this material world. It is therefore stated here, Yenagre Vichacharta. The word agre means before the creation. Thus, the Supersoul has been accompanying the living entity since before the creation. So this is, just really powerful. So I'm explaining that we also have to be qualified in order for the Supersoul to manifest before us, to hear from the Supersoul within, or even for the Supersoul to manifest someone externally as a spiritual master. And there's that saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. So again, it goes back to what I was just saying about we ourselves ensuring that we become qualified, which means we really need to put ourselves to the test. Actually, at the moment, the Olympics are on, and I was seeing some clip the other day, and when you watch, you think, oh yeah, that's so, look at that. You might think it's easy, but you don't realize that for these persons to what's it called, when you perform in the Olympics, when you appear in the Olympics, what is it?
Participate,
yeah, for them to participate, compete, that was the word I was looking for.
compete.
For someone to compete in the Olympics, they have had to push themselves physically and mentally farther than basically anyone else in their kind of practice or whatever they compete in, their skill set. And that's really quite intense, because the question for me then is, do I push myself so hard to achieve Krishna consciousness, to be Krishna conscious? Or do we take it kind of lackadaisical, which is what a lot of people do. Like this clip I was seeing was of skiing. And it's like, I remember years ago I used to ski, and I thought I was starting to get okay. I mean, at least I could go down the hill without falling over. For me, that was okay. But then you watch these people, they're going like, 70, 80 miles an hour or something down a hill. And I mean, they're just on a different platform. They practice day in, day out. They have a coach. They have someone training them. They watch themselves. They learn. They grow. It's like, it's very serious. And it just makes me think that, do I apply myself as intensely to making progress in devotional service as someone does to learning how to ski down a slope to win a gold medal? And what is the medal that we're going to get at the end? It's an eternal loving relationship, being reestablished in our eternal loving relationship with Krishna. So it's quite an intense thing, like to think, what is my application daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, to try to become more Krishna conscious, or am I just kind of a lackadaisical, fair weather devotee, and what processes can we go through in order to speed up or not necessarily speed up, but in order to make steady progress, let's say. Anyway, it's an interesting thought, I think.
Okay.
Next purport's pretty long.
All right.
Should we, maybe we'll call it for today, because we're just, fair weather devotees. If the purport's too long, we're just going to take time out, take a break, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to push this talk, over. I mean, we only got, 5 minutes before or something?
I don't know.
Okay, at least we're happy. Susukam kartamavyayam, So thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Yeah.